What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 16 of our Bury Career Mode, and today we are going to finish out our first season in the championship. And what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of these scouting updates. We're in a portion of time here where our youth squad is filled with plenty of really good players, and at the moment, who's hurt? Oh, the goalkeeper. But at the moment, we anytime we bring someone in, it gets rid of a really good player. So if we can keep them in the youth with the youth scouts for the moment until somebody in the squad drops off our quality level, then that's how it's going to have to be. So another month where we don't take a look necessarily at our youth scouts, but that's no big deal. And everyone is still coming along rather nicely as Ward moves up to 66 overall. He is growing like a weed over there. He may pass. I mean, him and Lulich, we just bought Lulich, paid all that money for him, and then we got this guy who may just catch him up sooner rather than later, which would be absolutely unbelievable. But he's got the potential, obviously, to get all the way up to 92 to 94, which is an absurd place to be, and we're gonna have to do what we can with that as Morales misses a penalty, scores one as well, and we beat Nottingham Forest. We're looking to aim and finish as high as we can. Last episode we started with some playoff aspirations perhaps, and then they were quickly squashed after a couple of games, but now we're just looking to finish as high as we can, really evaluate the squad as we move forward. We'll do it at the end of the season and see where we end up. We might end up in a place where we have some money, some players who are going to go, some players who are going to possibly come in, and we'll really be in a pretty neat spot going forward as we look next season. You have to think we have to go and challenge for top 6 perhaps, top 8, that kind of area. Just one up where we are now. We're in a pretty good spot where we are now. We really are a lot better than I figured we were going to be. I thought we'd be closer to relegation than to promotion, but it looks like we are going to end up in a really good spot toward the end of the year, as you can see. Though Stoke, oh, they have 3 games in hand. See, okay, so yeah, 66 is where we're at. We'd need to make up 11 points, 8 points if we win our game in hand, or if Stoke don't win. There's still plenty of points there to be made up. There's not so many games left, so we shall see. Keep forgetting to make the preset, and it's Bauer here. Again, I don't understand what the glitch is here. I'm just missing it. Speed shooting is what's going on here. Speed shooting is nice for Bauer. Let's make this preset our proper preset. Load preset. Okay. Anytime we have someone go, we'll just load that preset up, which is good. His finishing moves up, and Bauer's up to 79 overall. We've gotten some absurd bids for Bauer, as well as Morales, who's both have had bids eclipsed 20 million pounds already. So, you know, not doing too bad there. And we're into March here. We don't have a lot of time left. Stop, stop, stop. There we go. Alright, let's get some training going. Okay. Alvarez almost 78 overall. What we were looking for this year is to get some players into that starting lineup who could challenge perhaps in the Premier League, and we've gotten some decent players in there. So let's take a look at Kareem Suleiman, who wants to leave the system here. Let me just promote him to the team. Nope, not what I wanted, sorry. Youth staff, youth academy, where's Suleiman? Kareem Suleiman, we'll let him go. 48 overall only, 17 already. No real place, and out the window he goes. Let's see if we can beat Millwall here. We can, 2-1. Bauer's hurt though, not what we wanted to see. Hope he's not seriously hurt. Manager of the month, 6 weeks. Probably going to miss the rest of the season, Ms. Bauer, but that's a bit of a shame. He's been growing so well. We'll get Bennett in. Why not? We'll get Ward. Look at him, 67 overall already. He's really, really coming along. He really is. And he's going to be so good. He's going to be training he'll be training for the next 2 years after this as well, I feel like, and he's just going to be really, really good. And Bennett's going to grow a little bit here. We may move Bennett on and then look for a different backup to have, perhaps. We shall see. That would be a luxury, definitely. A definite luxury. But while we have the opportunity, why don't we grow Hill a little bit? He may pass Xavier up before... If he passes Xavier up before the end of the year, Xavier will be the player we move on, I feel like. And then Hill will be this one we keep. It's a very fickle game with these youth players. It really is. He had a huge bid come in. Well, big for someone who doesn't play. Let's take a look at these. 76 to 94, we'll sign him up. Alright, so we'll get rid of some players here. 17. See, this is what happens when you keep them around. The players kind of drift off from their major area. Ooh, look at you. Oh, we're going to make room for you. Alright, let's see what we got. Release. Alright, so let's bring him in. And we'll clear some of these players and we'll... Oh, see, this is the issue. Reject... Ah, okay. Alright, we'll make space. We kind of messed up on the other one, didn't we? That player was going to be pretty decent, but that's okay. We have so many players in here that are going to be good. 17. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. And Hill, do we play him for the rest of the year, you think? Considering it doesn't matter where we go. Let's play him, because Xavier hasn't grown at all since we stopped training him, which is obviously a shame. But if Hill can get up to his level and still have a bit of potential in there, we'll move Xavier on. Xavier will be the one we move on, and that's no big deal. 1-0. Oh, great. Oh, God, a win there would have been huge, wouldn't it have? Oh, I don't even know what I want to do anymore with Hill. No, we're just going to train Hill, get Xavier in there. 6 points back with 5 games to go. It could have been 3. Though I doubt, I mean, we didn't score any goals, so it's not, I don't blame Hill for it, but we're going to train Hill and just play Xavier. This is too big. Imagine if we can go back-to-back straight up. That would be back-to-back-to-back, wouldn't it? Because the first year we didn't get promoted, and then be back-to-back-to-back. That would be unbelievable, wouldn't it? Preston. We need to win this game to catch... Well, we need to win out, I would assume. They're in a good nick. They're at home. Oh. Now all of a sudden I'm nervous and... Ugh. Stoke need to drop points. Xavier. Oh, you kidding? We won 3-1. I cannot believe. Oh, and we only conceded 1 with them in goal, which is pretty amazing. That is amazing, and he's out for the rest of the year. What are we doing? What is happening? Alright, Hill, in you come. Our best striker, our best goalkeeper. A really bad time for some of these injuries. If we get to the playoffs, Bauer may be back in time. But we are still 6 points back. As Ward moves up. 68 overall. Amazing. This is very weird. Very weird end of the season, this, because we should not be here. And then that awful loss to Bristol. Very strange. We got to win out, of course, and hope points are dropped. Nottingham Forest are 5th? Oh. Barnsley and Brentford, these are winnable. Very winnable. They've collected 4 from their last 3, lost their last one to Sheffield. And there it goes. They let you hope. They bring it around. They're like, oh, you can do it. And then poof, dead. Those are 2 games we could have. That's a bad loss. A really bad one. And we had Brentford next too. They bring the hope around and then it's gone. 7 days for Lulich. Morales has picked up a... Damn. As soon as the hope showed up, everything went wrong, didn't it? Didn't it? Unbelievable. Oh, FIFA. You are just rude. It gets a bit worse, doesn't it? A late equalizer. What could have been? What could have been? Unbelievable. What could have been? Who's hurt? Lulich and Bauer are both hurt. Though Lulich, I mean, he should be back soon enough. Can I get him training? No, I can get him training too. Why not? We'll bring Lang back in, get him a little bit more training, see if we can get him up 74 before the season's out. And we can. Hill moves up as well. What a weird end of the year. We'll keep these trainings this way as well, I think, just for the rest of the year. That is so... that is something else. What's going on here? 2 points, 1 goal from their last 3 for Ipswich. And we drew. We have had some bad form to end the season. We really have. Some bad form. Down to 10th. Ugh, that's alright. It's not the issue. The issue isn't where we ended up. The issue is how it happened right there in the last 4 or 5 games. Sean Kelly's out 2 months, torn hamstring. Peter Bauer returns from his injury. Morales is available for selection. That's good. Bennett, Bauer, Bennett. Ward is passing up Carter. We have our 4 center backs. We really do. The center back we are good in. We really are. Oh, you were hurt. I'm not going to start you. You can start the last game though. We have a chance to finish in the 8th, 9th area should we win this game. Some bad results. Some really bad results to end the season, which is an absolute shame. I don't know who's hurt. We do get the win though. Collins with the winner. And we end the season on a pretty poor run of form. We finished 10th. Did someone have a game in hand there and didn't play on the last day? Did I read that right? Ward has reached 69 overall. Crazy. Ipswich had a bloody game in hand. They can't catch us or anything, but that's... We wanted to earn at least 7 million from shirt sales, and we did it. Good lads. Another goal. 93 manager rating. We really could have finished in a better spot. We really could have, which is so annoying. Stop simulation so we can do a little bit of training. Let's take a look at this. What happened here? Forest finished on 74 and we finished on 69. We really could have caught that. Whether we got out or not is different, obviously, but we really could have caught that. And Southampton and Cardiff are gone. That's annoying. I was Stoke could leave, that would be good. Hill jumps up to 75. I get the feeling Hill is going to pass him up. we did get that extra oomph of training in at the end, but that's not the issue, is it? Increasing the club's worth within 2 seasons, we did that already. 8 million from the championship, 8.4 million. Could have been more. Could have been, could have been, could have been. But we're going to get to the end of the season, and we are going to take a look at where everybody is, of course, in training, goalkeeper-wise especially, and then we're going to jump into the next episode. Or not the next episode, the next season. Abraham had 25 goals. The next season, and see what we're going to do and check out our transfer budget. Ward's going to be 70 or 71 before the end of the... It's definitely going to be 70. Might be 71 before the end of the year, which would be pretty great. Cabrera and Ponce. Let's see what these players are looking like. Cabrera and Ponce. Cabrera, Ponce. There's Ponce. He's going to be pretty good at just promoting the senior team. And Cabrera, the goalkeeper. Is that the goalkeeper? No, see, this goalkeeper can just go then. Got the left back in there who will grow. Okay. That was dealt with rather quickly. Youth player wants out. Oriana, actually with the 2 L's. Oriana. Let's take a look at what he's like. Because these players aren't going to play, really, are they, at the moment? Oriana. You're going to be good at Cam, aren't you? And we may bring in another Cam. And if we have to move Collins out, we may move Collins out. It will fetch us a lot of money. And then if we bring in someone better than Collins and then move Collins out and then train the other one, that may be the best way about it. Collins has just become an absolute pain to have around. He really has. Hill, let's see how he gets on. Silver one doesn't grow you too much, but it does enough. He may get to 77-ish, 76. Who terminated their contract? What happened there? Did I miss something? Did they want proper contracts? Or did those two just not show up? Are the other two still here? Oriana and Ponce are still here, so I have no idea. 2 players just left, though. Let's promote the goalkeeper before that possibly becomes an issue. Promote the senior team. We'll see who we move out, but we'll have a backup goalkeeper at least. And when it's time, his time comes, we'll train him up as the other one's injured. He's only really going to play when the other one's injured. I don't know who keeps leaving. There's just a bunch of players just booking. Like, what the hell's going on here? There's nobody in here anymore. Everyone just left. You can go. You can probably go to the goalkeeper. You're going to be good. Patrick Edwards, you are going to be really good. Right, and you can go. The issue is training all these players up. That becomes the issue, doesn't it? I mean, they grow when they play, but they don't grow a ton on the bench, which is the issue. And will always be the issue. Hill may get to 77. If he gets to 77, it'll be next year, and we'll see if he has his little potential growth thing on next to him in his training, and if not, then we'll move him on. It'll be 277 goalkeepers, and we'll just compare stats and move them on that way. Bit better. Handling goes up. Everyone's having a tough time growing at the moment, though Ward is still doing well. We're getting right to the end here. We have 2 more training sessions, I believe. As Hill gets up to 77. Okay, Morales is almost at 82. He won't get there next time, but he might be 82 overall by the time the next season starts. Player returns from injury. Lang gets up to 75 before the season's out, and he failed naturally. Morales. It's a bit rude. Needed 2 more days, and yeah, didn't. That's all right. We'll get to the end of the year. And now we're gonna freeze as we load up. These get longer and longer as the years progress, of course. What's going on here? Rossi has come back. Xavier's come back. Sean Kelly's come back. Hill is 77. I believe Xavier is 77 as well. Yes, he is. Rossi's come back as 66 overall. He's actually grown 5 while he's been gone. That's pretty cool. I wish more players would take loans. Then it'd be worth bringing them up. But unbelievable. They could not be happier with me. I'm in a good spot, and we're getting into the next season. And we're going to see what happens with our budget. That's what we're looking for here, the budget, because we've found a way to finally get some players in that are good enough to jump into the team. And we're only buying youth players still. This is definitely still a youth career mode kind of thing. Of course, it's called Bury Youth Career Mode, so it's definitely still Bury Youth Career Mode. But we can buy youth players. We just cannot buy real players or bring more real players in. We may move McFadzean on. I'm not sure if he's still here on a contract. If either way, we'll move him on. And then we're going to check which goalkeeper we move on. And we'll see what happens then. Let's see. Set it up any slower. But we have goalkeeper to look at, and then buys. We're looking at left back, midfield, possibly another winger, because we've kind of stagnated on the left side. Lang is coming along nicely on the right side at 75 overall already, but the left side is stagnated at 70. So if we can move another winger in and move one of those 2 out, perhaps, maybe hold on to both. We'll see. And Cam as well. We'll see what happens. So it depends on what we get for the goalkeeper and what our budget is. And those are the players we're going to move on out. Center back, we're good. I feel like we're going to be good at center back for a huge chunk of the rest of this career. We really are. That guy's going to get to 70 or 92, 94. If we can get him up there, obviously that'd be great. And then the other 2 center backs are just good. Perez is a decent 4th option now at 68 overall. We went from him being our 2nd to our 4th choice in 6 months with only spending £2 million, which is obviously a really good spot to be. And if we keep it up that way, we're doing really well. We got to get another winger in who's going to grow up there. Striker's in a good spot. We may move Bennett on and get another one in. So there are some backup spots we want to fill that and make better. There are some spots on the starting lineup we want to make better. Left back, midfield, and left wing are the big spots we want to move forward with. And then what else do we have? The rest is backup kind of stuff. Perhaps a backup right back. Perhaps backup striker, backup Cam, or starting Cam and move the other one on. We'll see. Let's take a look at training first and see which goalkeeper is going up here. Yeah, it's Xavier. We're going to move Xavier on. He'll be the one to move on. and Hill will be our new starter, and Xavier will be like, yo, what the hell? I missed 4 games at the end of the year, and now I'm gone, but, you know, that's the kind of thing that happens. Xavier's also a year older, which is kind of a big deal. And then we can go to the office, and $8.25 million to spend, and hopefully $6 or $7 million to come in for Xavier as well. We may have some decent money to spend, and hopefully we can do some good with it. Let's take a look at our objectives. Youth development, sign 2 players younger than 20 years old with potential greater than the average overall rating. We can do that easy. Grow 2 youth academy players by at least 10 overall points as soon as they've grown. Play them in 10 matches. That may happen as well. Sell out at least 50% of home games. That's pretty good. Doable within 3 seasons. Increase season ticket holders to at least 10% the savings capacity. We can do that. Fight for promotion, and then reach around to 32 in the FA Cup, and then within 3 seasons increase the club's worth by 100. We went up 50% in that 1 year. We can go 100% in 3. But guys, that's going to be the end of the episode. Our 2nd season in the championship coming up next time we meet. But I hope you folks have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. And peace.